Welcome back, everyone. I'm Ethan, and today we're diving into one of the most audacious heists in British history, the Great Train Robbery of 1963. Imagine a group of criminals stopping a Royal Mail train in the dead of night and making off with millions of pounds without using firearms. Intrigued? Let's get into it. But before we start, don't forget to check out the free PDF in the description. It includes a full transcript, a vocabulary sheet, and follow-up questions to enhance your learning experience. All right, picture this. It's the early hours of August 8th, 1963. A Royal Mail train is making its routine journey from Glasgow to London, carrying not just letters, but a significant amount of cash, about $2.6 million, which would be around £69 million today. This was no ordinary delivery. It was a moving vault, an absolute goldmine on rails. A gang of 15 men, led by Bruce Reynolds, had spent months meticulously planning this heist. They had insider information about the train's schedule and cargo thanks to an anonymous informant known only as the Ulsterman. Some say he was a railway worker. Others believe he had connections within the Royal Mail itself. Either way, this was an operation that required precision, discipline, and most importantly, timing. Here's how they did it. The gang tampered with the railway signals near Bridego Bridge in Buckinghamshire, causing the train to stop. When the driver, Jack Mills, got out to investigate, they overpowered him. Unfortunately, Mills was struck on the head during the assault, leading to lasting injuries, a dark spot in an otherwise non-violent operation. It was a critical moment in the heist. Up until that point, the robbers had planned to avoid any unnecessary harm, but with adrenaline pumping and pressure mounting, things didn't go entirely to plan. With the train halted, the robbers detached the car carrying the money and drove it to a pre-selected spot. In just about 15 minutes, they unloaded 120 sacks of cash into waiting vehicles. Talk about efficiency! Every movement had been rehearsed. No wasted time. No unnecessary chatter. They knew they had to be gone before authorities got wind of what was happening. But pulling off the crime was only the first step. What do you do when you suddenly have millions in cash? Too much to simply spend without raising suspicion? The gang retreated to a farmhouse called Leatherslade Farm, which they'd purchased as a hideout. There, they planned to lay low, divvy up the cash, and let the media frenzy die down before spending their newfound fortune. They even followed strict rules. No unnecessary outside contact, no leaving until they were sure the coast was clear. However, despite their careful planning, they made a critical error. They didn't properly clean the farmhouse. Police found fingerprints on a ketchup bottle, a Monopoly board they had used to pass the time, and various everyday objects. It was sloppy, unexpectedly so, considering how methodical the heist itself had been. This mistake proved to be their downfall, leading to the arrest of most of the gang members. The trial that followed was one of the most publicized in British history. Several gang members received sentences of up to 30 years. However, the story doesn't end there. Some of the criminals refused to accept their fate quietly. Ronnie Biggs, one of the most infamous members of the gang, managed to escape from prison after just 15 months. He fled the country, living in Australia and then Brazil for decades, evading capture despite being one of Britain's most wanted men. He even became something of a celebrity, giving interviews while still technically on the run. Others, like Bruce Reynolds, also tried to disappear into new lives, but the weight of the crime never quite left them. The money from the robbery largely disappeared. Some was recovered, but most of it was never accounted for. Where did it go? Some theories suggest that corrupt officials, hidden partners, or even foreign criminals may have laundered it, ensuring it was never traced. The Great Train Robbery has since become a part of British folklore, inspiring books, movies, and endless speculation. It's a tale of meticulous planning, audacity, and the inevitable consequences of crime. Unlike most heists, which end in immediate disaster, this one had a ripple effect that lasted decades. So, what do you think? If you were planning a heist, not that I'm suggesting you should, what would be your target? Share your thoughts in the comments. And remember to download the free PDF in the description. It has the full transcript, a vocabulary list, and follow-up questions to help you practice English. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.